Spring will be here before you know it, so please consider participating in our local litter initiatives. Chairperson Diana Hall and her team are anxious to continue their beautification of our great city. You know, regardless of whether you live here, work here, play here, or all of the above, in some ways Peoria's success is critical in your everyday life. Everyone leads extremely busy lives, but please place a priority on sharing your time and talents in our community this year. There's so many ways that you can volunteer to make Peoria better and more prosperous. Please give some thought to doing everything you can to make Peoria the finest city in its class in the whole country. Thanks again for everyone for attending today. I hope 2012 brings health, safety, and prosperity to you all, and I ask God's blessings on all of us. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Mike Banks, founder of CAPtions, some 36 years ago. It seems like it was just yesterday. I want you to be sure to catch our special feature where we were on location at the Illinois Association for Community Action Agencies Winter Conference. We took an in-depth look at the struggles confronting your community action agency. You be there. See ya.
Well, maybe Councilman Turner may understand what I'm talking about tonight, because that was the area in which we grew up, and we remember it the way it was. I can close my eyes and have visions the way it was before Southtown came. And so I was there. And really the only thing that's there now that I can remember is Carver Center. That's the only thing I can remember that is still in existence in Southtown that was part of what used to be there. Everything else has been demolished, razed, hauled away, and now something new. But when we left there was a promise of something new, something that we all thought was good, and some people gave up their homes and moved to what they thought was a better place, only to find out it wasn't as green as they thought it would be. But the other concern, well, maybe even as part of the same concern, is that there are people that are concerned about if using the money from Southtown is the best use of the funds. There's some concerns about why don't we take money from other TIFs? I mean, we have the East Village TIF that just was on the news about $55 million investment and all the money that's going into there. So, you know, that's going to have money in it. So why not borrow some money from the East Village TIF? Why not money from the warehouse TIF? Why just the Southtown TIF? You know, and I guess another concern is, will we, if we make this expenditure tonight, will we have enough money to finish the Southtown TIF? I, in my reading, come to understand you move money from TIFs once you finish the TIF. And once you finish the TIF, then you look for other ways to expend the dollars. Well, you know, I don't see where the Southtown TIF is complete. So then that would be then another concern. Then I mean, we can go down the list of other things that maybe other members in the council don't know about that currently exist. We still have vacant land that could be developed, so we need money for that. We still have vacant partials in Spring Grove, and we need money for that. And the thing that really irks me more than anything is that we started so many projects in the Southtown and never finished them. Some of you may remember, in my last 21 seconds, can I borrow a minute from Beth tonight, Mr. Mayor, just 1 minute, that when we started 7th Street. And we started 7th Street, and it was supposed to connect to 5th Street and take us out to the airport. and we built 7th Street, and many of you, when you leave here tonight, go down 7th Street, that's now called Martin Luther King, and you'll see there's a development that stops, and then we put in a temporary road that was supposed to be there for a year or two. It was supposed to be there until we got money in the TIF to finish it. Now here we are 20 years later with money in the TIF and no plans to finish the road. Go up on Martin Luther King and 7th. The curb is cracked and falling apart. It's in the TIF. And it was our plan, the city fathers that sat here 20 years ago said, well, when we get money, we'll fix it. Now we got money, and it's not even on the plan, nowhere in Public Works. I call Public Works, they can't find the plan, can't find the memo, can't find anything that remembers anything about what happened. So then we changed our mind, and we said, well, now we're going to build 5th Street, which is now Garrett Street. That's going to be the way we're going to do it. So then we spent all that money we could have spent to finish what we started, and then we stopped there. So, and I could go on and on about other things. One last thing, one thing I know, and I was talking to people from the Park District, they didn't even know, and that's nothing negative, but I was there. No, we were supposed to build a parking lot in Gwynn Park. The plans were a part of the original dialogue. But we said, well, we can't build it because we don't have enough money. So we'll wait till we get enough money and we'll build it. Now we got enough money. The people that used to work at the Park District are gone. Nobody knows anything about it. And so now here we have an opportunity that we can do what's right. And in my opinion, we're doing what's wrong. So I can't support this. And I'm asking that the council, I mean, Mr. Mayor, you asked me to put a list together, and I did put the list together of all the projects that should be considered. But I don't think on the floor we should try to go through this list and figure out tonight what we should do. It took us 20 years to get here. I shouldn't have 2 days to figure out what we should do when we had staff. There should have been planning. There's so many things, council, should have been done that has not been done, and we should not take all of this money, put it into the hotel, and not finish Southtown.
Welcome back, and now we're going to be privileged to have with us tonight Councilman Clyde Gulley. Clyde, welcome to Captions, and you've been on the show a number of times. Yes. In fact, Clyde is the district councilman of the 1st District. Yes. And how long have you now been on the council?
In May, it'll be 11 years.
11 years.
Can you believe that? Wow.
Wow. And I know that you run yourself wild trying to meet all of the needs of the constituents, right, and particularly that district. But you're looking healthier than you did when you came on. So obviously you're not running yourself to death in terms of losing weight, are you?
Right. We have a lot of lunch meetings we have to attend. So, but you know all about those.
Yeah. You were at the meeting, the luncheon, where the mayor gave the State of the City address, and he was pretty upbeat about where Peoria is and where he feels it's going. What are your thoughts about the city of Peoria as a whole? Do you feel as upbeat that, you know, in spite of all the things going on in the nation and the state, that Peoria is in pretty good shape? Or
I mean, when you look at Peoria as a whole, I would say then the city is in upbeat. And even though we've had the recession, they call it the Great Recession that has happened around the world, we still have things that are going on in Peoria that I would think are very positive.
Well, very good.
But that's when you look at the city as a whole.
All right.
If you look at the city in terms of districts,
right,
I think in the 1st District, for example, I know, and probably you know firsthand, some of the challenges that present itself in Peoria when you're trying to do something for possibly what is claimed the poorest people in the city. The district itself has some of the richest and the poorest people that live within that district.
Absolutely.
But it seems as though during time that I've been here, that the most focus is on the people that have and not the people that have not. And so I've had the opportunity to see firsthand how it becomes a struggle to be able to get things for the first district in those specific areas. And so for me, I think there's some real challenges there. When you look at the state of the city and what was talked about, I mean, we talked about last year trying to encourage people to come and help with some of those areas. And I applaud the mayor for that last year in the direction to try to say, we understand there are some challenges and we would like to see people help in those areas. Just last evening, we talked about the initiative in Harrison Homes with the impact zone, where we have money available for people to paint their homes and to have whole house rehabilitation and to do some things as far as cleanups. And we didn't have not one organization that would step to the plate and say, we want to take advantage of those funds that are available. So we wonder sometimes, is it complete apathy on the part of the people, or that people don't believe that we don't vote, and so we don't care, and so that's the reason that we don't get what we need. But at the same time, I don't believe that is the true feelings of the district as a whole. I just think we have a disconnect, and in some situations we've lost hope. So when losing the hope, we believe that nothing's going to change for us. So and I think that when we look at the mayor and what he had to talk about, I don't think specifically today, with the exception of what's happening at Tree Wing, that was great. That what Carl Cannon is doing there, and he's doing a great job. That we really fully understand the large picture of how much we still need in the first district.
And it all basically goes back to citizen involvement.
Exactly.
In a way, all of us need to be and can be a Carl Cannon, because basically all he's promoting is responsibility, accountability, and being involved with our children's lives, hooking up with the schools and being involved in our children's education and that type of a thing. And
right.
I would agree with you that we as a community need to recognize that we are a community, and it requires the private sector, the public sector, social services, but basically just the citizens in their own streets and those types of things. I know recently they were talking about maybe removing some of the funds that you have available in the Southtown TIF district and maybe putting them into the new project with the downtown. And I know you were concerned about that, and fortunately you were joined by the rest of the council members in blocking that from happening.
But I think that was, if I may, that was really to the credit of the citizens that I tried to make sure people understood that it was about to happen, and just to ask, what do you think about this? Is this okay? As you can see and probably have heard now, there was a lot of people in the community that thought that was not the right thing to do.
Right.
And the people showed up, and I think that because they showed up, it really made a difference. I think that then lends itself to what the future could be for Peoria. If we recognize the fact that if we participate in what's going on, we actually can change some of the outcomes, and things are not as bad as we believe they are if we would participate in being a solution to the problem.